At Mashable Middle East, today we're going to talk about the joint efforts between General Motors and the Arab Youth Center to create an infrastructure for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, also known as STEM, which aims to inspire and teach the young generation of the Middle East to follow more innovative careers in sectors like automotive, technology, AI, and more. We have with us Monica Hernandez, Director of Human Resources, General Motors.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
And from the AYC, we have Mrs. Jawar. Hi, Jawar. How are you?
Hello, Sidar. Thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're looking forward for this panel discussion.
We have with us Diana. Hi, Diana. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you, Sidar.
So, why does GM choose to invest in STEM?
Well, first of all, we have always been committed with where we have operations, right? Influencing the community. Youth is especially important for us. So this was like the perfect combination, so the Arab Youth Center was a great opportunity for us to tackle both topics. Why youth is important, not only because it's the future, because it will make us contribute into inserting them into the labor market. And if they don't come to us and stay with us, we will be contributing to their development, which is, a more holistic approach on contributing to society. Also, as I was saying, wherever we have operations, we try to build strategic partnerships. In this case, Arab Youth, as I was saying, it's a great one, but also we partner with universities across the regions because we want to influence also on what the needs of the industry in the future are going to be.
How did this partnership with AYC come about though?
We actually started working with Arab Youth Center since last year. We just did a session where Monica led on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we had our managing director of Future Mobility, Gary West, talk about, as you rightly said, the future of mobility and connectivity.
So when we talk about students and their education, I'm sure a lot of factors are involved, right? Because their current work and their environment has to look at them and allow for them to succeed. So can you tell us a little bit about your vision of the AYC and how the AYC is helping students meet the demands of the current and the future job market?
Well, the Arab Youth Center is a platform that is led by His Highness Sheikh Ziya bin Mohammed bin Zayed, and it was founded to establish the vision and to realize the vision of the Deputy Prime Minister of Presidential Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan. They had this vision to empower youth and create this platform where they can empower them and skill them up. But not only that, but to nurture the next generation of the Arab leaders to support innovation in the region. Today, the Arab Youth Technology Fellowship Program comes to achieve that vision through, and especially in the field of technology, where we created this program to skill up and fill the gap of skills that is needed and demanded by the job market. We want them youth to conquer the job market with the skills needed. So we created this program to fill up the gap where the students graduate from universities and they have the knowledge on AI or coding or the future of technology, and they took the whole study to do it, and they have the educational background, but then they lack the skills to amplify what they have learned.
Tell us a little about the collaboration and how will it be welcoming incoming talent or let's say be exposed to artificial intelligence in this field?
Well, definitely the future looks promising, I will say, even exciting, right? Artificial intelligence, it's already here and it's here to stay. And it's here to stay not only because it's a trend, because it supports, as I was saying, our vision, and it makes lives better. Today, let's talk about our autonomous vehicles, for example, right? If you're a person with people of determination, right? If you have a disability, you're an elder person, or you just don't want to drive, you're tired, you can use one of these vehicles and be safe, which is one of our zeros, right? The technology inside the vehicle is going to allow you to connect. We have launched 6 months ago our purpose as company. And the part that I love the most is what it says that of course, we will have the technology, not any technology, the technology that will connect people to what matters to them. That this can be, a physical connection from my house, like, I don't know, my dad taking a cab, right, which is autonomous driven, and coming when before it would have been like, oh, I need to arrange it or whatever. So it's in order to make my life easier and also to protect what I care about the most, which for me as employee, it's quite inspiring.
One of the key things to be good at life currently has become being good at communication and being good at managerial skills. And, this plays one of the most important but very subtle roles in how we go about our lives today in the corporate affairs. So, yet there are so many students who struggle with them when they join the job market, So what will be your advice for them to cultivate these skills in their life and career, since you're a specialist in communications?
The purpose of our collaboration is bringing in different leaders from General Motors. So we've had a session with our president where he talked about his insight and how he's navigated through his journey and career development. And the purpose of that session is to inspire our youth to have faith and confidence in themselves, and learn how to use their negotiation skills, learn how to influence, but at the same time, also have the patience to learn and gather information and get out there into the job market and grab opportunities as they arise. In terms of us for General Motors, we seek these behaviors and values in youth, alongside their knowledge, of course, because that's how they're going to bring innovation into our operations.
I think, Jawahar, I have one for you. Why invest so heavily in uplifting the region's STEM talent, and what is the outcome you aim to achieve?
The Arab youth are our hope to our bright futures. And we believe it is bright, because seeing such talent as May, as Fakhra, as Muhammad, and many other members from the Arab Youth Technology Fellowship Program, honestly, they are inspiring. It's not just we inspire them, they inspire us. And they push us, honestly, to want to give more and want to do more for them, because they deserve it. They have the passion, they are eager to learn, they are eager to be, they have their own life, they had their own life going on. They have their life, they have their knowledge, they have their program work, etc. But they still manage to have the time to be part of this program, to develop themselves. And for finding and they picked up a challenge, because this is their graduation program. They picked up a challenge to solve a challenge that exists in the MENA region, to solve, and they come up with the technological proposal and solution. And hopefully we'll have partners such as General Motors that will invest in them, will invest on those proposals, or in the youth themselves, and to actually make the change, and actually not just have a proposal, but to impact and actually make it to like we amplify it. I think in our region we enable them as well to transfer their hidden capabilities into leadership. Again, soft skills are very important, and we want to invest in them. We want to empower them, and we will fully support them.
Kudos to GM and the AYC for developing these skills and giving them, and I'm sure the president has knowledgeable insights that the students and everybody in the youth can learn from. Fakhra or Mai, any of you can answer this, but can you share with us any insights that you may have with the past work between AYC and GM?
Actually, for the past month, we had several sessions with the GM, and only seeing as a AYTF member that GM is contributing to this program in different topics. For example, we had a session with the Gary West about automotive industry, about the new technologies, about partnering with businesses like with the cruise and Bright Drop, all these new startups that are really interesting in terms of automotive industry, as well as going to another session, for example, like a woman in a leadership, where we had several great women like Diana, Monica, and also Sharon Nietzsche. All of these women gave me this motivation and the support to go bold, to take chances.
GM has plans to go all electric by 2035, and I think that's a great move forward. What is the strategy to get there, and especially for the Middle East, because of the abundance of solar energy over there?
Well, right now we're proud not to only be as General Motors developing platforms like the Ultium platform that is going to be key in our electrical vehicles, but also we're trying to expand our options, right? On the other side, talking about the trust of our customers, definitely this region is so progressive, so thinking about the future, that it provides for us the perfect field to come with our vehicles, with our vision, and make it happen. And it's not only, it's not only where we have our headquarters, it's in general the region. This side of the world, me coming from America, right, I can say, yes, there probably were, more advanced in some other things, we're different, but when it comes to energy sources, electrification, autonomous, etc., the way the cities are traced, definitely here's an advantage. So we have been able to also accelerate by partnering with governments and with visionary governments, I will say, like here, like in this region, so that we can start, for example, our cruise vehicle has been doing testings in Dubai for the past 6 months. We only have a few vehicles. Why was chosen to come to Middle East? Because we want to make progress. And by partnering with the RTA, we're being able to make progress. And of course, what we're learning here is going to help so that we implement in another market. I don't know, Canada, Brazil, etc. So as you can see, it's partnering here and there and trying to find this successful combination, and overall the willingness.
Can you tell us what the talent of the future can expect from the field of mobility? You've answered some of that already, but what is there in it for the talent?
I think it's an amazing moment to be part of this transformation, I gotta say. We have migrated to have this ambidextrous mindset, and by ambidextrous is like you try to exploit what you have today, because also you need to finance, the future, and you explore thinking in a disruptive way. I think youth in this moment, because of the way they were raised and all the information they have been exposed to, they are fast thinkers. They are not afraid of connecting, things that apparently might not have relationship. And this challenge other generations. And I'm not saying that all, other generations, including mine, are not necessarily in the workplace. Because sometimes it's like, oh, we only need youth. No, we also need the experience. We need the experience because we want them to learn not to make the same mistakes. There will be some others. But definitely there's an archive that we already have. And we're glad to share that with the new generations. So having multidisciplinary teams is it's not anymore only having people from different functions. It means to have people from different generations and different origins. For us, diversity is there. The key is how we include it. And that's why we just launched one year ago our Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Committee, because we want to embrace those differences and we want them to feel comfortable with those differences. The times where I had an idea and it didn't work, and then I was shut it down, and then I will never go back again and send an idea, are gone. And that is the resilience that new generations have taught us, that it's okay to say something that probably might not make sense, but that can trigger an idea in someone else, that can trigger, and in the end, it becomes a team idea.
I would like to ask any Jawahar or Mohammed, you can take it. You mentioned this, the Arab Technology Fellowship. Can you tell us what is included in it and how does it benefit the students?
Actually, the Arab Youth Technology Fellowship is coming from Arab Youth Center as a special program for talented technology-related major or specialization young people in the Middle East that aim to cover different topics and connect the Arab young people with experts from different companies like we have GM today. And this round is focused on artificial intelligence and how it's connected to automotive industry, smart cities, and also how we can kick off our startup and entrepreneurial ideas related to AI and machine learning.
I would like to say that I would like to add of what he said is that this initiative was born in AYC. So it is basically split into 3 sections. We train the youths virtually, theoretically, and practical training. And over the course of the program, General Motors and Arab Youth Center will collaborate closely to address skill gaps for the future, develop leadership capabilities and critical thinking, and encourage innovation too.
So how do you and your team at General Motors hire the best talent to work with? And any of you can take this, Monica. I think it's more up your alley, but if Diana wants to answer it as well.
Well, first of all, we try to be top of mind. And the way we like to be top of mind, it's Diana's specialty. And it's through our different channels, right? Trying to see who we want to reach and going out. The other one is partnering with universities and partnering with Arab Youth or other efforts that are wherever we have operations. Now, we have opened our doors to bring talent from different parts of the world. So this can be a new joiner, or also it can be talent that we move around as a company. Like me, Mexican, coming to the region, right? And we just here have more than 16 nationalities, right? We have designed a recruiting process that show them how their lives in GM will look like, right? They always say that the way they recruit you is the way you will live, you will be treated or things work in a company. So we make sure that they are properly informed, that they receive an alert in case they were shortlisted or not shortlisted. If they are willing, we can provide a feedback on why they were not selected. Depending on how specific is the profile, we try to make it, first of all, not gender related, so it inspires male and female to apply. We don't have any restrictions on age, nationality or anything, because we believe that once we found the talent, it doesn't matter where we find the talent, we want it, right? And we want them to stay. So recruiting process is definitely a must, right? How you live it. Then, through an interview on competencies, we try to select who's the best candidate. And a critical part is once you're onboarded, how you have a mentor or a buddy, and how your leader identifies before your arrival with whom you need to meet and guides you so that it's not only, here's your laptop and, you know what to do, right? So we believe that our employees and referrals, it's a great way to acquire, but also we openly participate in events like GTEx, like job fairs, university events, GM days. We try to go out and we want to go out because we're migrating from being an automotive traditional company to be a tech company. And we were not positioned there. Even in some countries, General Motors is more like, oh, it's a dealership. What are you talking about? No, General Motors is the company. And then, these are our brands. Sometimes it's like they believe Chevrolet is a company, but General Motors is the dealerships, etc. Right? So the thing is, once we, showcase who we are, then we make them enjoyable the experience. And that is the ones that typically open the door is recruiting. I'm proud to say that the team is quite committed on making them a moment that matter. And this is a motto that we use a lot, and you will hear us say it a couple of times, because really we want them to enjoy the experience.
Thank you so much. It's a great insight. I think on the other side, what do you think at the AYC folks? Can you share with us the skill set you think the youth of today will need to develop to remain competitive in the field of mobility?
Artificial intelligence and technology is the main skill that we want to have beside the soft skill, where we notice that artificial intelligence now it's in every field, whether it's mobility, whether it's education, whether it's health, it's in every aspect. Our phone, we cannot get separated from our phone now, and this is how it functions. It's functioning through AI, because it studies the mind. It's so basically they study you, they know you, and they know what you want to see. So I think it's in every field. I believe data is the future. It used to be petrol, but not anymore. That is the fuel of the future. Another big and one of the big maybe skills or the future is going towards to is VR and AR, where those kind of technology we see in many industries as well now, across entertainment, education, health, and manufacturing already adopting VR and AR technologies.
So Monica, I was asking you this, as you possess such an extensive experience working in the auto sector. It is often said in the business world that, whether true or false, traditionally the car businesses are considered to be tough. So is there anything in particular about the automotive industry that makes it so difficult than the other industries?
Yes, we have evolved, I will say, and probably it was tough. And it was tough because in manufacturing, sales and so on probably remain the same with their proper evolution. But it was tough because equipment was not that automated, I will say. So, and probably this illustrates better how we have been evolving, right? In the same plant that I started sharing my story that I started, we used to have an iron foundry. The iron foundry typically it's quite noisy, right? Because you hear the machines, etc., and you melt in like, I don't want to say big pots. Definitely, they have a technical name, but it's like a big pot, and you will see people pouring, the iron and so on. That was the main product from that plant. When I had the opportunity to be back to that plant now as a personal director, one of the projects that I was proudly member of the team was to install an aluminum foundry, because we were going out from the iron and all our engines now are aluminum. The cleanliness of the floors, the noise, the machines, everything was day and night. And was day and night because the other plant was operating for the past 40 years, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, right? So you can imagine. Now, it doesn't mean that it was a machine that was not working. It's just that the technology of the new machinery and even the new materials that we're using in our vehicles, because if you want more speed with an electric car, you need the vehicle to be lighter, right? But you want it to be strong. So in a case of a crash, it really protects you, right? It's like your cocoon. So it was probably tough if you think about how even vehicles were assembled, because not everybody would have been feeling comfortable working in an environment, with this noise, this dust, etc. So probably we carry that legacy on saying that manufacturing, not only automotive, manufacturing is tough. Probably only pharma will be, or foods related will be industries that you think about manufacturing and you don't think that it's tough, because it's, the pills are this size. But probably the way they were doing the blisters 40 years ago was quite different and quite noisy. So I will say that we have that legacy, and it's something we're really trying to change. And for that, we invite, universities to come or visitors to come. We even invite the family of our employees to go to the plants and see, the evolution of, now you see, the robot here and there. And even the number of people operating the machine, it's just, an engineer looking at that, someone from maintenance, someone just looking at a board, which is different. So it depends what you define as tough. I probably that way will be, how I will say the industry has evolved. Now, talking about the politics, the conflict, and everything inside the company, I think that is culture. And fortunately, GM has always been a company that has up to 3 generations working there. So this tells you that, if the grandfather, the father, and the son are working and they have been there for 30 years or whatever, it's because, you're happy, we're doing something right. And it's not only related to compensation, right? I hope also I answered.
Yeah, for sure. I think I've been to a foundry and I know exactly how hot it can get, and how humans need to be protected.
This Factory Zero sounds so cool. Where is it?
It's in US, United States.
Yeah,
but
LA?
No. It's in Detroit, in Michigan State, in the North Part.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we should definitely have a visit. I'm definitely going next time.
Yeah, let us know and we will be happy to coordinate.
Like Factory Zero.
Factory Zero, yeah.
I think the manufacturing units of today as Mashable, we are very aware that they're beautiful benchmarked places where there's a robot doing that, and you sometimes see a car get painted with just irons, so you just have the minus and the paint just catches on and it goes into another, and it's beautiful.
Yes. True.
But that's an automotive enthusiast talking for all of you, but you should definitely visit. It's worth a visit. I think we'll move on to the key takeaways. Any parting advice for the Arab youth tuning into watching this session? Please, all of you can take chances and go on and tell us something.
I'll wrap up of what my colleagues added and said, that the leadership of the UAE, from the founder, Sheikh Zayed, and then from the leader, the president himself, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, and Sheikh Diab bin Mohammed bin Zayed, they all believe in the youth. And following their footstep is us and Her Excellency, Her Excellency Sham al-Mazrou'i. We believe that, and we have stimulated this mindset among the youth in the UAE and in the MENA region, with GCC or the MENA region. We empower youth by youth. It's done by youth for the youth. So probably the advice I'll give us, it's the responsibility of each and every individual from the youth to support another fellow and the other nation, sister nation. And always transmit the knowledge you have, support one another, because we got each other. We are the support to one another. And the communities, maybe AYC comes in as an accelerator. We support. We're like incubators to develop them or empower them or give them that push. But at the end, it's their call. It's the youth call to actually make a change. So it's your call to all the youth to make an actual change and support one another, to to bring changes in your nations and become something bigger than what we are today. And I truly believe, just like the United Arab Emirates leadership does, and the ones in the decision makers, not just in the UAE but in the Arab nation, we believe in the youth and what they can do. We believe in us and what we are capable of if we support one another, and if we work hard to achieve what we want and to conquer the dreams. I will not call them dreams. I don't like the word dreams. I call them visions or goals.
Kudos. I think all your visions and goals come true. For me, the key takeaways remain: AI is big and STEM technologies will get us very, very far ahead in the future, but also soft skills and how networking can be important when you go about your corporate life cycle and developing the future. Okay. Thank you so much, folks, for being with us on Mashable Middle East. I think whenever I am around, I would love to visit the AYC. And if I can take you up, Monica, on that visit to Michigan as well. We'd always love to go look at the development.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us, Sidra and Barsha, for arranging this whole thing. Diana, thank you so much. Monica, for being here with us. Our dearest members, Bakhra, May, and Muhammad. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate this. This is a gift for me on this Friday, honestly, and I'm looking forward for much more.
Good day, folks.
Thank you, Sidar.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.